Hi everyone, welcome back to PARQUET episode 6. So we got to learn a lot about Tsubasa and her background, and in short, she is similar to Kanato. The fact that she was also grafted, so Tsubasa is not using her own body because her own body is defective. So Tsubasa originally was sick and the doctors told her that she had a very low chance of survival. So she was part of an experiment and her whole soul and mind got grafted onto a more healthy body, aka Rino's body. So basically, Tsubasa is borrowing Rino's body to live. So, aside from that, we also learned that Tsubasa is working at this place. So, an underground cafe owned by this boss guy who looks very scary, but can be gentle in one way or another. And it's just that he has trouble showing it. So he can get mad a lot, especially when it comes to his appearance. So anyways, now we meet this frequent customer, and she is giving Kanato a handshake. So, nice to meet you. And for some reason, she has a glove on one of her hands. And I think that's making it uncomfortable for Kanato. So let's find out. So it says, okay, so she says taking her glove off and revealing her hand. Okay. And then I realized that her right hand is made of metal. Oh, okay, so she's hiding the fact that she has a artificial right hand. She gives me a thumbs up with it and then spreads her fingers. It moves naturally like a normal hand. So, is that a BMI hand? Yes. So BMI prosthetics are directly controlled through the brain via BMI instead of using one's muscles. Okay, so there is some convenience from BMI. So if I remember, how it works in real life is that they would connect the prosthetic arm or leg to your nervous system, and they'll try to get you to learn how to use it using your own brain. And I'm not sure the details, but I'm sure it takes a while to train how to use it. But then again, I did have one employee where he just had one arm in the end, so he lost his other arm because of a motorcycle incident. But anyways, moving on. So although it's technology readily available to the general public, it's still fairly rare. So it's still new. And making prosthetics that can move so naturally takes time and a good amount of money. That's true. Oh, so I'm actually an expert, so it's like she's testing it out herself and seeing what needs to be done. And I remember that she's a doctor, so I'm sure she has a lot of money to fund this or pay for it.
今は出張した帰りなんだけど、カフェインを摂取したくなったわけ。
Okay. So the sound I hear when she put her bag on the floor must have been from tools and other prosthetics. Okay, so it's heavy.
体は大丈夫ですか?
So are you okay?
なんとかね。
So are you busy?
ありがたいことにそれなり。
Yes.
と言っても本業の装具士の仕事とは別件なんだけど。
So what is she doing now then? So it's nothing to do with my job.
橋姫さんはいろんな相談に乗ってくれる。
Well, it is kind of working if you're getting consultation requests.
義手の話だけじゃなく BMI に関する修理とかもね。ついでみたいなものなんだよ。
So it's a side job. So just something to do while I'm not busy.
BMI 義手には BMI 本体の知識も必要になるからね。ここいらは夜のお店も多くて、お昼は寝てる子も少なくない。
Okay?
で、夜間でも対応できる私が重宝されたりするわけ。
But doesn't that mean you are working all the time? So don't you get tired? Don't you need to sleep?
自営業だから頑張って稼がないと。貧乏暇なしってやつだね。
That's true. So I'm actually working or self-employed. So I decide when to stop, when to work. So no worries. And I don't think I'll be able to handle a job like hers. It would probably require a lot of studying as well. That's true.
蜂蜜ゆず茶とエスプレッソお待たせいたしました。
Okay, so here's your drink
どうもありがとう。
or drinks. She holds the handle of the cup with her metal hand and raises it to her lips with uncanny delicacy. So basically, she's a master or experienced at using this prosthetic arm.
寝不足の脳にカフェインが染み渡る。
怪しい言い方してんじゃねえよ。
Hold on, I went too fast. So let's see what Hashime had to say previously. As a Hashihime.
寝不足の脳にカフェインが染み渡る。
Okay.
ちゃんと休んでるのか？
お客さんにとっては毎日の生活に関わることだからさ。
Okay, so she's not getting good sleep. So work comes first. So people count on me. So
放置してたら結局心が休まらないんだよ。
well, it's still bad for her.
スーパーで買ったチョコだが、よければ食べるか？
And taking caffeine is not a good way to help you.
サービスだ。っていうのはおこがましいが。
So here's some chocolates.
いいのかい？ありがとうマスター。
He places an individually wrapped candy treat next to the espresso. So, okay, some chocolates. And Hashihime picks it up and opens it with almost unbelievably smooth motions. And if she never took the glove off, I would not have noticed that she is not using her real hand. She shrugs and shoots me a little smile. And she must have noticed my gaze.
これが BMI 義手のいいところだよ。
So this is one advantage of BMI prostheses.
義手からのフィードバックがあるから力加減も感覚で制御できるわけ。
Okay? And I think you make it look easier than it is.
そこら辺は慣れだね。慣れれば造作もない。私の場合、昔からの付き合いだから。
So I've been using this for years, and I know the inside out, so everything about this arm. So, oh well, sorry. So I don't mean to ask personal questions. Well, I
いい
think
さ、隠してるわけじゃない。かれこれ10年以上の付き合いになるね。
well, I don't think those are personal. But anyways, it's like, well, I've been using this for a while, so I don't have any comments about it.
私は子供の頃に事故に遭って右腕を失ったんだよ。
And it's like, well, I'm sure most people know about it by now. And
で、リハビリ中に BMI 義手のモニターの話が舞い込んだわけ。それからずっとつけてるけど、調整やメンテナンスが面倒でね。いっそ自分でできれば楽かも。
okay,
なんて考えたのがきっかけで BMI や義手の構造を勉強したんだ。
so I did have my prosthetic arm at an early age, but it was hard to use, and I pretty much forced myself to learn how to use it, which meant studying BMI.
詳しい人に教えてもらって、ついでに資格も取得して、今では装具士として働いてるわけさ。
And it did help put me on the map so people know me and my expertise on this. I see.
流れに任せて選んだ仕事だけど、楽しいっていうのは不謹慎かな。やりがいは感じてる。人生の岐路に携わる仕事だからね。
And I too want to help other people with unfortunate circumstances.
そんな大切なことに自分が関われているのがって何を語っちゃってるんだろうね、私は。
Oops, so I'm talking too much. I'm going off. Basically showing off.
こんな話題めったに口にしないからつい浸っちゃったよ。
But it's like, well, I rarely get a chance to talk about this. So when I do, I get excited. So I like to talk about how I was able to become an expert in BMI and how I'm able to use this right arm that I've had for 9 to 10 years.
やっぱ年を取ったからかな。説教癖じゃないけど語り癖みたいなのが。
Well, no need to feel bad, and I enjoyed listening to you.
大げさだな。
Oh, so you're just being nice. Come on. And she lets out an affable, pleasant laugh. And after a while, she finishes her espresso, and then she puts her glove back on.
さてと、工房に戻って仕事をしないと。
Okay, so time for work.
マスターごちそうさま。チョコレートどうもね。
毎度どうも。
So thank you.
何か困ったことがあったらいつでも相談してよ。技師だけじゃなく BMI 関連ならできることもあるだろうし。
Okay.
ただの人生相談でも構わないよ。人生の先輩として。
Well, I'm sure at this point, if it is too tiring for Hashihime, she can reject some of the requests. But then again, it's like, well, I'm the only one who knows a lot about BMI compared to other people, including scientists and researchers.
誰かに話を聞いてもらうだけでも楽になれることはあるからね。
Alright. And Hashihime pays her bill and swiftly leaves the cafe.
ありがとうございました。
So she seems like a nice person.
星姫さんのこと？そうだね。みんなに慕われてる。本人が言ってた通り、仕事だけじゃなく、いろんな相談に乗ってくれるみたい。
And I'm sure it's at the point where I specifically request Hashihime-san for consultation. Well, damn, so I should have asked her if she knew of any jobs I could do since she seems so well connected and all.
結構な頻度で来店するからすぐに機会はあるよ。
Well, she'll come again, and then you can go talk to her, so there's many chances to meet her.
それに橋姫さんに聞かなくても見つかる可能性だってあるだろ。
Right. Guess I'll start searching. So I check for job listings on my phone as I drink my tea.
PARQUET.
Okay, so he has not found anything. So sundown comes, and I have not found any leads. And it's time for Kino-san to switch places with Ibaraki-san. And she sent me a message saying she'd gone back to the warehouse to sleep. And I hear nothing from the second floor as I enter. And if it is the same as yesterday, Ibaraki-san should be waking up soon. So Tsubasa is asleep. Okay, so now she's awake. So the second floor door opens and a short-haired girl in pajamas walks out. And she goes down the stairs sluggishly, rubbing at her eyes. Water. 1 second. Or okay. So I quickly fill a cup of water and present it to her. Here you go. Okay, so don't drip. Thanks. You're welcome. Uh-oh. Hey, so don't scare me like that.
びっくりしたのはこっちだし。
No, you scared me.
いきなり見知らぬ男がとか思ったから。
But then again, it's not the first time they've talked.
あ、文句言ってるわけじゃないんだけど。
So, I'm sorry, so don't get me wrong. I think I know what you mean. I'm also surprised for a second when I woke up here this morning.
水入れてくれてありがとう。
You're welcome. Oh, I forgot.
何？
Oh, so for Ibaraki-san, good morning? Or it should be good evening.
あ、うん。
So, is it strange for me to say good morning in the middle of the night?
いや、そういうことじゃなく、寝起きの挨拶とかいつ以来なのか、無性に緊張するというか、なんかこう言いづらいというか、恥ずかしいというか。
So, it is kind of, and very quietly, embarrassing. Oh wait, what was that? I don't want to repeat it. So why the glare? Did I upset you?
睨んでないし、怒ってない。
Well,
服着替えてから。
so I'm going to go get changed. And a joke about her being bipolar pops into my head. And before I can say anything, she runs up the stairs towards her room. However, she stops before giving through the door to her room. And then turns to me sleepishly, also sheepishly.
おはよ
Okay, so good morning back to you. Good morning. And she quickly slips into the room right after that. So, if they are both trying to hide their condition, it makes sense they would not spend much time with other people. And naturally, I'm sure people greet them outside. Well, for Tsubasa, that's a big yes, but I'm not sure about Rino. But I suppose they never have anyone to greet them in their home when they wake up. Well, I'm not making her feel uncomfortable, am I?
迷惑ではない。今さら出てけってのも勝手だと思うし。
So, just to reassure, I don't want to throw you out. So, don't worry.
今はまだ誰かと一緒の生活に慣れてないだけ。
Okay, so now she also admits her problem, so I don't feel comfortable being with other people.
やっぱ無理ってなったら、その時また考えるってことで、どう？
So, if there's anything wrong, let's talk. Well, I don't have a problem with that.
それよりさ、なんか妙に胃が重いんだけど、これ何？今日何食べた？
So once again, I feel funny. What did she eat? And we know that Tsubasa hides it all from Rino. So have you heard about the extra vegetable, extra garlic, super duper oily burger?
話には聞いたことある。またとんでもないものを。
So she shoved that big meal into me. So the monstrosity. So Kiyo-san looks completely satisfied when she finished eating it, but Iraki-san looks like she wants to hurl. So, this feels funny. And I'm sorry, so I can't just lie to her. And that said, her reactions are different from what I expected. And it looks like it takes her a little bit of time to wake up properly as well. Oh, so by the way, how much do you know about me?
まず名前。家がなくて困ってる。あと、木戸さんの知り合いで信用はできるはず。
So, not that much.
ってことくらいかな。どういう知り合いなのかも聞いてない。
Okay, so I think Tsubasa hid the more personal details from Rino. So that's what she told her. And it's not really a lie, I suppose. And it seems like she has not told her about my origins just yet. So I think it's like, well, I don't think it's time to disclose everything about, or I know about Kanato to Rino. Anyways, so are you sure you feel fine?
具合が悪いってほどじゃない。それにもう少ししたら仕事に行かないと。
Okay, so I too have work.
そういえば、仕事を探してるんだって。申し送りにあった。
Okay, so Tsubasa did tell Rino that, so Kanato wants to find some place to work. Yeah, well, I haven't found anything though. But I still have money, so I'll pay for rent just like I promised.
そんな心配をしてるわけじゃない。
Well, that's not the problem. Right, so I don't know that you worked though.
どういう意味？
Hey, that's not good to say. And she looks at me suspiciously and frowns. And I thought they were nothing alike at first. But she shares the ability to make cute reactions with Kiro-san, I realize. Well, actually, that should be the other way around, since Kiro-san is inhabiting her body. Okay. I just can't imagine what kind of work you do, that's all. And now that I think about it, didn't she say she was supposed to be working when she helped me? By the way, so what do you do?
ちょっとした接客業。
Really? So, this late at night?
こんな場所だからこそ夜にしか開かないお店があるの。
So, it's a big city, and big cities have a 24-hour clock, so there's still activity going on at night.
そういうお店で働かせてもらってる。
So, your workplace is only open at night, and it's a service industry job. Interesting. I may lack common sense, but even I can't put two and two together. So perhaps she works as a hostess, sitting next to men and enticing them to buy more drinks while making small talk. Well, that does not sound good, but still. Well, to be honest, I can't even begin to imagine her doing that. So someone as gloomy as her would not make that place exciting. Okay, so can I go with you? So I want to see what you do. So I don't think you're a hostess. So the billboards illuminate the city with their blaring lights. And the hustle and vibrant noise of the people walking the streets is almost as buzzing as the bright neon lights. And there are a lot of people out and about during the daytime, but there's even more of them by night. And that's not good. But then again, I'm sure it's like at night, it's more of the social gathering events that are going on. Whereas the big industries, most of the work is done indoors in offices during the day. So there are hotels, thrift stores, old-fashioned movie theaters, and so on. Men and women of all ages mingle. The bustle of the people and the brightness of it all envelops the whole business district with a particular buzz. And there are more restaurants than anything else I notice. And among them, restaurants that also provide the company of the opposite sex. And I assume she works in one of those. Well, I'm sure it's not. So very unlikely.
いらっしゃいませ。
Hello. Oh, so actually, she works as a clerk at an establishment called Kumadou Flower Shop.
キャバクラだと思った？残念、花屋でした。
Okay, so I don't think Kanato mentioned it verbally, but Rino can sense it. It's like, you must have thought I was a hostess, but nope, I'm a florist. I didn't see that coming.
期待した？期待したでしょ。ま、そう仕向けたんだけど。
There you go, so... Well, I wasn't expecting anything in particular, really. Well, I'm just kind of surprised. So, you being a florist.
何？私に花は似合わないって意味？
So, any complaints? I think you may be a little bit paranoid. Well, if anything, I feel like a hostess would sue you less. Well, that makes sense. So, they don't need gloomy girls like Rino to be hostesses, because you can't entertain the guests and you'll provide poor customer service, which is important. Well, I honestly can't imagine Ibaraki-san's all smiles. There you go. Serving drinks to men all night long. Also true. And Kino-san, on the other hand, might be able to do that better.
自覚してる。ニコニコ笑いながら愛想を振りまくのは絶対無理。
What so I'm surprised by is the fact that there's a flower shop here. And it's open this late into the night.
このお店、個人よりも業者をメインターゲットにしてるから。
Oh, so it's more like we are a wholesaler. So we sell flowers to these companies, and the companies will stock up their florist section with our products. What do you mean?
例えばホテルとか結婚式とかパーティーに花は必要でしょ？
Oh, so like for events, so weddings, parties.
あとは立地的にキャバクラやホストクラブがお得意様なの。
And the different nightclubs in the area.
シャンパンタワーの出張サービスとかもやってるしね。
And that'll be cool. So a champagne tower service. But wait, so this is a flower shop. So that champagne event doesn't really fit in with what you sell here.
需要は同じだから。花もシャンパンタワーもイベントなんかで必要になるでしょ？
So if they need a champagne tower, then they'll need flowers to decorate it. Okay.
オプションサービスの一環。
To make it look more appealing.
夜に空いてて私としても都合がいい。
Well, I'm sure most of these events happen during the day. Well, except for the cabaret and the other nightclubs.
それにマニュアルを移植しなくてもよかったし。私はメモリグラフトができないから。
So, no grafting needed. So, it doesn't require much skill. You can't?
映像を見るとかなら支障はないんだけど。
Well, of course, since that's what they use to communicate between themselves. So, is it because of Kiyo-san that you can't graft?
あるんだろうけど、技術的なことはさっぱり。私、バカだし。
Okay, so, I can't get used to tech.
花屋ってね、実際働くと力仕事も多いからね。
And this job is not as easy as it looks.
長く働いてくれる人材を重視した。それが採用の理由だって言ってたかな。
So, this job is known for having high turnovers. So, clean the front of the store, changing the water, washing buckets, and sorting flower displays. So, lots of manual work, and it can be exhausting. Well, I don't know if they are just for advertisement purposes or orders, but they are about to ship out. But the flower arrangements on display certainly catch the eye. But I imagine a lot of people seeking to change jobs quickly if they can't deal with so much manual labor. There you go. And it requires the kind of grit that's easy to lose when you rely on memory grafting too much. So it's tiring physically.
それにまあ、花 花が嫌いってわけでもないし。
But then I guess I kind of like flowers myself.
綺麗な色。
And the look on her face is, she murmurs, that is truly adorable. Very fitting among the vibrant flowers. So you are a very kind person and cute as well.
は？急に何？は？え？は？
Hey, so don't say that.
いや、キモい。いきなりキモいんですけど。
So it's creepy, very creepy. Well, I thought you look pretty among the flowers. I don't see why that's so creepy. But then it sounds like Kanato is flattering her or just...
だって、なんで急に。脈絡なさすぎてびっくりする。
And the fact that it came out of the blue.
いや、別に不愉快ってわけではなくて、怒るようなことでもないんだけど。
So, FYI, I am not angry at you. So, it was just a surprise and it caught me off guard. Oh ho? Well, it is easy to make her blush.
なんか今、不愉快なこと考えたよね。
So, don't push it. No. Not at all. No.
顔が全てを物語ってるんだ。
So your face says otherwise. Well, I just thought you are really cute. So that is true from me.
うざ。
Well, come on. So just shut up.
からかうためだけに言われたら、ものすっごく腹立たしい。
I'm sorry.
なんか盛り上がってるね。お客さんってわけじゃなさそうだけど。
Okay, so someone else comes over. So what are you doing?
あ、すみません。私の知り合いです。
へえ、リノちゃんにも知り合いがいたんだね。
Wow, so I'm surprised Rino-chan knows people.
は
Wait, what did you say?
待って、ごめん、違うの、マジ違うの。
Oh, come on. So don't worry, it's not bad.
仕方ないじゃん。今まで知り合いなんて話すら聞いたことなかったんだから。でもごめん。
So, you're always alone. You have no friends and,
ぼっちなのは否定しませんけど。っていうか、できませんけど。
well, I know that I'm a loner. So, that's a fact.
ごめんって。いや、全然揶揄するつもりじゃなかったんだ。それに、別にぼっちだから悪いってわけでもないよ。
But being a loner is not a bad thing.
シフトも多く設定してくれるし、急な変更もないし、いろいろと融通してくれるもん。
So I think this clerk is telling Reno that you're working too much. So it does kind of speak for itself. So you don't spend time with people, you don't spend time in other places, and you're always open to come here.
煽ってますよね。
いやいや、フォローだよ。
論外。
So you are lying.
嘘、なんで？
So she's pretty much rubbing salt onto the wound. But then again, it looks more like the clerk is trying to comfort or relieve the tension from Reno. It's like,
そんなつもりは全然なかったんだってば。
you're being all tense, you're all worked up, and it's not all bad, so just calm down. Nothing.
いや、本当だって。リノちゃんは可愛くていい子だと思ってる。本当に感謝してるんだから。
So nothing bad. And okay, so I think you're a cute and good girl. I'm grateful for all the work you did. So believe me.
真面目に仕事に取り組んでくれてるリノちゃんがいなくなったら、うちは立ち行かなくなるよ。
So without you, this business wouldn't survive. Really?
それはどうも。
そうやってすぐに照れちゃうところも可愛い。
And that's cute.
けなすつもりなんてなかったんだってば、本当に。ごめん。
わかりましたから。離れてください。っていうか、暑い。あやさん暑いですって。
So can you get off of me? I'm getting hot.
ね
Come on.
じゃないです。仕事中だし、このままだと働けないですし。
Don't say come on. So I'm working.
え、もうちょっとだけね。お願いね。
Please, so just a bit more and then I'll let you go.
ちょっとですよ。
Fine. And she has a sour look on her face, but she doesn't seem all that displeased. Okay, so I'll let you do what you want. So she's actually blushing, and it also seems like that moody air about her is mellowing out. Okay, so in short, she's calmed down.
ありがとう、リノちゃん。
まったく。
Well, it is good. Or what a sucker. I had a slight inkling that she was kind of weak to pressure, but this cements it. So she is weak to pressure. And though it's kind of a mean or a bad thing to say when I pressure her into letting me live with her. So I made really strong demands, and it was at the point where, well, it kind of hurts if I say no, so...
なんか言った。
Hey, what do you say? Nothing!
すみません。
Oh, so a customer's here.
ほら、お客さんですから、離れて。
So, we have a customer. And she's still alert and ready to attend customers though. And after dexterously escaping the woman's clutches, she goes to greet them. Hello.
いらっしゃいませ。
There you go.
本日はどのような花をお求めでしょうか。
And I wonder if she's providing good customer service, because it sounds like she's giving a dull greeting. So, hello, what kind of flowers are you looking for tonight? Though I have to say, she's rather low energy around her customers. Okay, so that's true. And I worry about whether she scares off some of them with that cold attitude of hers.
どうかした？
Okay, so this person. What do you want? Oh, so it's a little surprising to see her serving customers, I guess.
ああ、うん。リノちゃん、普段の雰囲気が雰囲気だからね。
Well, that's how she is. Okay, so this other person knows about Rino being all dark.
あんまり積極向きには見えないよね。
Yes, so she does not look very amiable, yes?
立地や営業時間的に、うちのお客さんは花を買う目的が最初から決まってるんだよ。
Well, then again, it's night, so it works out.
笑顔でご利用しする意味もないから、あれくらいでもいいわけ。
Oh, so is that true?
テンションは低くても、リノちゃんは真面目だから。
But at least she does her work well, so that counts.
お客さんの話にちゃんと耳を傾けてくれる。それが重要ってわけ。
So it's not all bad as you see. So she is a good person at heart.
そうだよね。で、自己紹介がまだだったね。
Oh, so I forgot to introduce myself.
いらっしゃいませ。私は熊堂彩。フラワーショップ熊堂のオーナーです。はじめまして。
Okay, so she's the boss. So I'm Kumadou Aya. My name is Ibuki Kanato. So the pleasure is mine. And you look quite young for a business owner. That's incredible.
ありがとう。この店は実家の商売を引き継いだだけだから。
So I just inherited this place from my parents. So my parents were the original owners, and that's why I look young.
で、いぶきくんはどうしたの？これから夜のお店でお楽しみ？
So for you, what are you doing at this hour? Not really.
隠さなくてもいいってば。若いんだからさ。
Oh, come on. So basically, being young is nice. You should enjoy your youth life more. Wait a minute, that's from Kakenuke Station Sparking.
なんならいいお店を紹介してあげようか？
And if you want, I can recommend you a place. What place? I'm fine, but thanks for the offer.
そう？初心者にも安心のお店とかあったんだけど。
Well, come on. So I know some places, if you don't mind.
でもさ、遊びに来たんじゃないなら、いぶきくんは何しに来たわけ？
But anyways, so why are you out here at this hour? Well, I'm just interested in seeing Ibaraki-san's workplace.
そもそも二人はどういう知り合いなの？
And how did you know her? Or she knows you? Well, it's kind of hard to explain.
住むところがないからって私を脅迫して部屋に転がり込んできた赤の他人ですね。
And Rina puts the response in a bad perspective. So he threatened me into letting him sleep at my place. Well, that's one way to put it.
嘘はついてないし、全部事実だし。
Well,
大げさに言ってるわけでもないし。
That's how it is, I guess. Wait, make it sound malicious. That's true.
昨日脅された仕返し。
So all that stuff that you did yesterday. So you begged me, you made all this demand and stuff.
脅され？
Wait, so extortion?
あ、もしもし、警察ですか？
Okay, so I'll call the police then. Hey, so how'd you just call them up in a split second? Hey, look, so it's not what it sounds like, so don't joke about it. So sure, I may have been a little pushy, but I didn't commit any crimes, so I'm not as how Ibaraki-san puts it.
ふむ。
Uh-huh. So now she is a little bit wary, so I mean Aya, about Kanato.
ちなみに、いぶきくんって仕事は？
Okay, so what are you doing then? Nothing.
はは、ひも志望ってことか。
So you're just leeching off of Rino-san. No, I'm not.
なるほど。その言い方があったか。
Maybe I should use that word then. Well, please don't. So I am not leeching off of you. And stop ganging up on me.
状況だけ見れば、実際似たようなものでしょ。
Well, I'm sure that's how you are. Okay, well, I did promise to pay half of the rent and utilities. Come on. And I'm not taking advantage of you, so I want to work. So I'm just in the middle of finding employment.
でも今は？
But are you working right now? No, I am not. By the way, wait, so is being a leech actually a legitimate way of living? Well, I'm sure it's no.
紐のタイプにもよるんだけどね。
So, depends.
例えば、俺様系の紐だと、夢追い人かな。
Who?
将来ビッグになるとか、芸能界デビューとか、大きな夢を語って金銭面で援助してもらう紐ね。
Okay.
常に主導権を握って飴とムチで女の子を管理、マインドコントロールしちゃうみたいな。夢を追い続けて好き勝手できるっていうのはやりがいになるのかな。二人で夢を追うことで女の子にも夢を見せるっていう手法ね。ちなみにこの手の紐は DV に発展する可能性が高いとか高くないとか。
Well, I think that happens because the dream that the guy wants to pursue falls flat and he goes broke, and at that point he needs some way to keep his living up. And I think what usually happens is that the guy's already spending money on unnecessary things and literally draining the finances of the whole house. So buying luxury cars, nice clothing, or making investments in bad places that don't have a good future and then losing it all.
なんでそんなに詳しいんですか？
I don't think it's the career for me personally, so I'm not looking for that.
そっか。
Okay?
でも大丈夫。そんなあなたにペット系紐がおすすめです。
So how about you be a pet leech? So
家事などを行って仕事する女性を支え、疲れた彼女にマッサージしたり甘えたりすることで癒しを与える。
So you be a maid. You take care of the house. So that certainly seems like a pet.
主導権を相手に渡して自分はひたすらサポートしてお小遣いを頂戴する。ここで重要なのはお小遣いを無駄にしないこと。デートで彼女におごったり旅行の資金にしたり、自分が常に癒しを与える存在であることを忘れない。
So you can be... Oh, so when the girl comes home, you comfort her.
だからなんで詳しいんですか？
And also, why do you know about this? Wait, so treating her? And isn't that her money to begin with?
そうだよ。
Yeah?
でも二人のためにお小遣いを貯める姿が可愛くて癒されるという噂。
That's true.
あやさん、紐を飼ったことがあるんですか？
So that sounds like your ex-boyfriend or...
ないない、そんな趣味ない。全部人から聞いた話。
Oh, don't worry. So I just hear stuff from other people and...
キャバ嬢とかホストとか密集してるからね。その手の話題は溢れまくってる。
Wait, so from host and hostess clubs.
で、どっちにするの？
So, which one?
どっちも何も。そもそも紐なんて募集してないし。
That's true. Well, if I were to choose, I guess I would go with the latter. So, taking care of household chores sounds fulfilling.
だから募集してない。
Hey, so I told you, those are all bad choices. She's getting everything wrong.
叩き出すぞ。
Sorry, I'm just kidding. I do want to take up a proper job. So basically, Reno's like, all those choices are bad. No lucrative path forward. And... Oh, wait, come on. Just don't call the police on me, please.
警察沙汰じゃないならいいんだけどね。
Hey, so don't pick up the phone then.
違う違う、かかってきたの。
No, no, no. So not the police. I have a actual call.
はい、お電話ありがとうございます。フラワーショップ熊堂です。はい。
Oh, so it's a work call apparently. That's true. And she responds to the person on the other side of the call and before long hangs up.
リノちゃん、急ぎの当日配達なんだけど。ドリームダイブってキャバクラ知ってる？
Okay, so you got one request for a hostess club called Dream Dive.
おいえ、有名なんですか？
まさに夢の店ってちょっと話題になってる。 接客する女の子の容姿が女優とかモデルとか芸能人になるらしい。
芸能人が働いてるんですか？
違う。実際の芸能人がいるわけじゃなくて、芸能人に見えるんだってさ。
Okay.
BMI を使って芸能人の姿に見せるみたい。
Okay, so celebrities made from BMI.
まあ自由に変えられるわけじゃなくて、あらかじめ用意されてる外見モデルに限られるみたいだけど。
More like they trick or manipulate the customers into thinking that they are a celebrity. That's a very curious use of BMI.
確かに興味は惹かれる。実際話題にもなってる。でもちょっと店の評判が悪いんだよね。
So why is that?
身に覚えのない会計を請求されたとか、酔ったお客が入っちゃって清掃費の名目で高額請求されたとか。
Because they are charging so much money for not so good services.
安心して飲めないお店だって噂。いや、酔っ払った方が悪いって思うかもしれないけどさ。
That's true.
今回の注文もお客が吐いて調度品を台無しにしたらしい。
So they need to replace some furniture. So they got roped in by attractive girls and are made to throw up.
それよりもお客は絶対に BMI を装着するわけでしょ。知らない間に妙な記憶を移植されて酔っ払うんじゃないか。
Okay?
なんて噂があるみたいだよ。
So lots of bad rumors. So they project a preset image onto the person the wearer is looking at. Okay, so I'll go ahead and stop here for this episode, and we'll learn more about this Project Dream or this Dream Dive Hostess Club in the next episode. So I think this might be an assignment for Kanato. So basically, Kanato giving the fact that he pushed or convinced Rino to let him stay at her place and also be unemployed is giving Aya, the store owner of this place, wrong ideas. So, this guy must be leeching off of you. And, if you can't find work, you can just be a home person. So clean up the place and tending to my employee Rino when she comes home after work. So making her all happy, taking good care of her, and the such. But I'm sure for Rino it's like, well, it's better if you find actual work because that's not legitimate. So anyways, with that in mind, I'll see you in the next episode.